NBC6 celebrates future history makers, the young leaders shaping lives in South Florida.
I have nothing but positive thoughts, for my community. I know how to make a change in my community.
Enlightening and empowering the next generation.
I am called to inspire and ignite young ladies and women alike.
I help out people who need help.
Their passion infectious, their activism boundless.
I actually caused an impact in children.
Tonight, the stories these champions of change and legends of tomorrow.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for NBC6's Faces of the Future. I'm Jawan Strader.
And I'm Trina Robinson. Reflecting on Black history helps us to understand who we are as a people and to honor the legacies of past titans right here in our community.
While we treasure those before our time, we want to recognize the present-day pioneers.
Those who don't let their young age deter them from uplifting others. Much like this teen you're about to meet, who has been giving across South Florida for more than a decade, since he was in preschool.
That's right. Even though years have gone by, his heart for helping others out there, it hasn't changed, Trina. He's one of the many faces of tomorrow, making a difference today.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Giving back and helping others, whether it's feeding the homeless.
Thank you, baby.
No problem. Have a good weekend. Candy and mint.
Or giving out toiletries, daily essentials many of us may take for granted. But to some like Greg Johnson at the Miami Rescue Mission on the receiving end, these care packages go a long way.
A lot of people don't even think about how important hygiene is, and it's just an awesome feeling.
The awesome feeling he's talking about are the faces behind the giving. Teens, young volunteers, inspired by 15-year-old Joshua Williams. He may look young, but he has the heart of a seasoned philanthropist. He started Joshua's Heart Foundation when he was only 4.5 years old. And for 11 years, he's been touching lives. His goal, to stop out world hunger and break the cycle of poverty.
That was the first thing that I learned was an issue in the world, that other people didn't have the food or the resources that I had.
And thanks to the help from volunteers of all ages, Joshua's Heart Foundation has distributed more than 1 million pounds of food to more than 240,000 people. But he doesn't want to stop there. He's thinking bigger.
But now as we're grown, we try to help out and try to expand our boundaries into other issues, literacy, awareness. There's so many different things. And it's a hard task to tackle them all.
But Joshua has a lot of help thanks to other volunteers like Talia Castro.
He is inspiring to me, not just to me, but to everyone.
Under Joshua's Heart Foundation, Castro is doing her own project by passing out care packages at the Miami Rescue.
Because of what he started, it's really helped me. It's motivated me to start something of my own. So it's because of him that I'm here today, and I thank him for that.
And she's not alone. So many others think Joshua as well. They believe the kid with a giving heart is a good example to follow.
If we could all just give back as much as these children have been giving, it's a great, great, wonderful feeling.
A wonderful feeling sums up how Joshua feels every time he gives back. And he hopes that feeling rubs off on others to give as well.
You got that right. He hopes to spread his message around the world, but isn't he amazing?
He's a deep and profound young brother. I salute him.
Yes, he's
Very
pretty
impressive.
amazing. And it's funny because I talked about him. What do you want to do when you get older? And I said, maybe run for president one day. He said,
could do it.
Yeah, he said, hold on just a minute. I'm going to look into business first. But he is very polished. Joshua is now a junior at Ransom Everglades. He's won a number of awards for his philanthropy, including the White House Champion of Change Award.
And another grassroots effort has flourished in South Florida. This young woman targets an overlooked problem within the homeless community. Erica Glover has her story.
Every month, thousands of women across South Florida face a sanitary challenge.
So when you see someone that says, I'm here to help you because I understand, they wave me down. It's the pad lady, it's the pad lady.
In her tie-dye shirt with boxes of blue bags, she drives around town making special deliveries. Each kit is full of sanitary products like disposable pads and tampons. Her nonprofit organization is the Beauty Initiative, and she calls this effort help her period.
I went and started polling different shelters and facilities from here to Central Florida to North Florida, and I started to learn that this was an item that wasn't given. And with doing more research, I learned that this is a sanitary item, but it's also thought of as a luxury item.
Her team is working year-round so that women and girls are not forced to go without basic menstrual cycle necessities.
But these women don't have anything, and I wouldn't imagine if I didn't have the money, where would I go? What would I do? And they have to sometimes choose between food and purchasing these items, and that's not fair. Boom, there you go.
These connections turn into lasting relationships. Ashley uses her knowledge of makeup and skincare to help the homeless transition back into the workforce and to get back on their feet.
So you have to think outside of yourself. Your light has to shine to other women.
By building partnerships with Walgreens, Target, and universities, Ashley is able to make an impact. Now she's challenging others to turn their passion into service.
I can't give them a home. I can't feed them all the time. I can't clothe them, but for an issue that women go through, as a woman, I think that we should stand together and give them these items. It's only right.
Thank you. Last year, Ashley's nonprofit organization donated close to 1,000 bags full of toiletry items to homeless women in need. This year, she's looking to double that number thanks to more community involvement. For the Faces of the Future, I'm Erica Glover, NBC6 News.
And who would have thought of that need? Well, a senior at Coral Reef High School is leaving her mark here in South Florida and in Haiti. She's designed a coloring book to inspire orphans on the island. The children often end up as child laborers, and Sophie M's coloring book boosts their spirits. Each page features doctors, bakers, and engineers, a way to encourage the children. Now, Sophie delivered the books along with crayons to the kids last summer.
And I explained to them what these books mean and how they're supposed to empower them, how they're supposed to inspire them to become greater.
Because you talked about it in
The books are written in French and Haitian Creole. Sophie is an aspiring civil rights attorney. She wants to give a voice to those who are discriminated against. The high school senior won a full scholarship through the Quest Bridge program to Macalester College. That's in Minneapolis.
Ahead on Faces of the Future, a college athlete goes beyond the game.
I just thank God for this platform to be able to touch all these kids. Rich, white, poor, black, it doesn't matter.
The hometown hero using a field of dreams to help young minds tackle a harsh reality.
And comforting a community with every canvas, a young woman's portraits, a sliver of solace to painful memories.
We need to shoot to keep up with the rhythm. Our forces are meant to be our family. Please save us. Children are the future, not the weapon meant to take it away.
Oh, their powerful message. We must protect black youth to ensure a viable future. But there's an infuriating issue threatening that.
Young lives taken, families torn apart, a community terrified.
That's right. Their stories make headlines and are often forgotten.
But one woman is immortalizing their faces in her artwork, and it's a tribute to a protest. Michael Spears shows us her provocative creations.
I felt like all of these stories are important because, you know, a lot of people in the community don't really know what's going on in the community.
Shire Riggins is a South Florida artist.
And I think about all the people that love them.
And this is her work, the portraits of men, women, and children who have been shot to death in Miami-Dade and Broward counties.
A lot of people are forgotten, in a sense.
It began nearly a year ago.
It was right after King Carter was killed.
When a 6-year-old was killed by a stray bullet.
I just picked up some paper and I started to draw.
Since then, Shire has drawn more than 100 portraits, some of them featured in local art shows.
As an artist, I have a responsibility to address issues that aren't necessarily highlighted as much as they need to be.
But her work
away from you
has also helped families heal and cope with the grief of losing a loved one. Serena Harrell's 15-year-old son, James Solomon, was shot to death while attending a wake last year. An innocent life lost. His killer never found.
What she's doing is so important because people can place a face
to this.
Shire tells us she's found her purpose.
If I have a talent, I have to use it for good.
And hopes her work will open up a dialogue on gun violence to inspire positive change.
Getting people to come and want to say, okay, how do we address this?
In Southwest Miami-Dade, Michael Spears, NBC6 News.
Well, 8 miles, that's the distance that Demetrius Jackson has moved from Booker T. Washington High in Overtown to the Lush University of Miami campus in Coral Gables. But this star on the football field is making sure that his legacy and his community goes far beyond his exploits on the gridiron. Daryl Forges takes a closer look at this face of the future who has big goals after graduation.
Demetrius Jackson grew up right here in Overtown. He says growing up, it was a tough life, and he believed that there was only one way to get out, and that one way was through this, football. And through football, he was able to get a scholarship to right here at the University of Miami, where he plays defensive end. And now he's using his platform to give back to young men in his hometown, because he says when it comes to his story, he's not even supposed to be here. The biggest thing Demetrius Jackson says helped him through childhood was love. Love from his mother, who raised him and his siblings.
My mom, she tried her best, to put a roof over our head. She made sure we had. My sister, she went to the University of Florida. She's my oldest sister, she's 30. Made sure, she set a good example for us.
Jackson was a basketball player at Booker T. High School, but then switched to football his senior year, where he excelled.
I got like 3 or 4 offers, and that was the end of basketball.
The end of basketball, but the beginning of a new journey. The redshirt sophomore started in several games his sophomore year at the U, playing well above expectations. But beneath that 6'5", 260-pound frame was a heart and soul that's bigger than you could have imagined.
Demetrius is one of our most involved students.
Shirley Jackson is the Assistant Athletic Director for Student Athlete Development at the university. She prepares student athletes for life after sports, enhancing leadership skills and community service.
The very first time I met him, he came into my office and said, "I really want to start this mentorship program in my town. How can I do it the right way?"
The program is called Young Men of Tomorrow. Jackson, along with other players, mentor at-risk youth in his hometown of Overtown, and they also help them graduate from high school and go to college.
We try to help them and guide them along the way, because a lot of them don't have that father figure, that mentorship role, and we try as much as we can while we're in school to help them.
Since the program launched, it's been a winner for kids in not only Overtown, but across South Florida, expanding to several cities. While Jackson makes plays on the field, he's also become a game changer, saving lives in his community.
I'm talking about kids who are the first to go to school in their family, kids the first to get a full-time scholarship in their family, kids to break this generational curse in their family, you know what I'm saying? So, that's a blessing, man.
I also asked Jackson what are his plans after college. He says he hopes to make it big in the NFL. But if that doesn't work out, he hopes to one day run for public office, maybe one day becoming county commissioner for Miami-Dade, and then soon after becoming mayor of Miami-Dade. But he says his biggest goal is to one day become the governor of the state of Florida. In Coral Gables, Daryl Forges, NBC6 News.
Oh, way to go. I can see some of those things happening too, right?
I bet it all will happen. We're blessed to have him in our community.
Yes, we are. Well, recently, Demetrius received another honor as he was selected as one of the 3 ACC student athletes who will hold voting power on proposed NCAA rule changes.
And Demetrius was the only football player picked to be on that committee, and even Senator Marco Rubio tweeted him, "Congratulations," and we're going to say the same. Congrats on all the great work he's doing.
Absolutely. Mentor indeed.
Next, on Faces of the Future. They carved out their own path to success. Now these 2 women are providing the next generation tools to build a promising tomorrow.
Folks, we gotta do it twice.
Rising Stars in the Making, a prestigious company with Miami roots, elevates a community through dance.
Welcome back to Faces of the Future. A young teacher noticed something was missing in her students exposure that motivated her to make a change in the classroom. Felicie DeRosier founded the nonprofit Kids in Touch Academy, which is an exploration program for elementary school students. The program allows students from underserved schools to connect with the real world and take advantage of what DeRosier calls a full circle curriculum. Now, DeRosier grew up in Miami, and she says she wasn't exposed to much as a child either. One day she realized her students were just like her, and she wanted to change that and give them a better perspective on the outside world.
Ask this one question. Have you guys ever been to the movies before? Literally, I had like 25, 26 kids, only 2 or 3. And then I asked, have you ever been to a restaurant before? Same result. Different places, same result. And I'm like, wow, you're like me. And we're about to make this change. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be rich, because I am not. But I actually caused an impact in children.
And she says she noticed a difference in the students. They're more aware, more hands-on, and more open to different ideas. In the future, she wants to open a state-of-the-art facility to accommodate more children from her community.
Wow.
Great job.
Yeah, very special there. Well, reach for your dream and make your own business a reality. That's the message from a very special FIU student who is launching her own dreams and bringing young women along with her.
And here's Willard Shepard with how she's making all of that happen.
And so my mom was getting on a flight back to Miami, and I was actually born on the plane over Michigan.
It's obvious FIU senior Jessica Laguerre was a high flyer from the start. Between a real job and classes, she set out to launch her own mentoring program.
I wanted to start a company when I was 17 years old.
Jessica went searching for money so she could do this: mentor young girls and women up to age 21 who would like to be entrepreneurs. She's the CEO of Princess Training.
I've been awarded a few grants with FIU for Princess Training, and go Panthers.
Twice a month, the group hears from successful women on how to make it, everything from dressing to running the books.
If you want to affect change, start small. A lot of people tend to have big visions and don't know how to scale down. With a lot of different programs that are out there, they really lack a lot of practicality. We tell young people, go out and get a job, but we don't teach them on interview skills. We don't teach them how they should communicate effectively. We don't teach them how they should dress.
Jessica also went back to her family's roots after Hurricane Matthew, and we met her on the ground in Haiti.
So we provided just clothing for them, food, medical attention with HANA, the Haitian American Nurses Association, with several doctors from Haiti. So from there, now we're in the strategic phases of more long-term care.
This spring, Jessica will graduate with her degree in public administration. And
I know that I'm here and I'm called to inspire and ignite young ladies and women alike to just pursue their passion.
On the FIU campus, Willard Shepard, NBC6 News.
Next, an imaginative journey.
Let it go, 2, 3.
Local students travel to a magical world through the iconic Alvin Ailey American Dance Company.
You ready to swim?
Miami was the backdrop in the award-winning film Moonlight. The movie stars 2 South Florida 7th graders who play best friends on screen. Off screen, Alex Hibbert and Jaden Piner are classmates at Norland Middle School. The boys are part of Norland's Performing Arts Magnet program. The young actors say that the opportunity to be in the film opens up a new world for them.
It was amazing, beautiful, because really in our neighborhood, you're probably known for basketball or football, but this time, people don't even believe that I'm in a movie.
Just like this small little kid, but they were good, they were great. They gave me a lot of tips and tricks on how to act.
We're going to utilize it.
Well, both Alex and Jaden say that they want to continue their careers in acting, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more from them in the future.
That's for certain. Well, the award-winning film with deep roots in South Florida was celebrated by the Alvin Ailey Dance Theater, which also has deep connections right here. The renowned dance company choreographer and original dance piece inspired by Moonlight. And its artistic director, Robert Battle, holds an annual program in his hometown to inspire the youth to reach higher. Here's Sharon Lawson.
Hit the folks. Hit the folks. We gotta do it twice.
Are we looking at the future generation of dancers? These elementary students learning from one of the best dance companies in the world, the famed Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, paying it forward by inspiring and empowering our next generation.
This is a new initiative, a new curriculum for the Ailey organization, Night Creature and Imaginative Journey.
Ailey's master teacher, Nasha Thomas, helping these young dancers at Charles R. Drew K-8 Magnet School in Miami.
They get to explore their own imaginations and move and learn some technique and start to think about dancing.
It's no accident this magnet school is where this new initiative is taking place. This is where Ailey's artistic director, Robert Battle, went to school as a child.
Shake it up, shake it up, let it go.
For these third graders like 9-year-old Lanaya, the music is awakening a new career path.
Being here for the Alvin Ailey Dance Company can help me start off my career as being a professional dancer.
Through signature dance choreography like Ailey's sensational Revelation, the Night Creature curriculum allows students to take a journey through jazz. The basics like discipline, focus, and concentration, connecting to the beauty of dance.
And they're excited to share their own ideas. And that's what our arts and education programs are really trying to do, to give these young people a platform to have a voice, to express themselves. That's what it's all about.
For Faces of the Future, I'm Sharon Lawson, NBC6 News.
And they're so very talented indeed. Well, NBC6 is committed to highlighting the contributions and achievements of African Americans. Every year we hold a Black History Month luncheon to honor the legends and celebrate diversity in our company. The former president of the Florida Bar Association, Eugene Pettis, was the keynote speaker. He talked about the importance of uniting with one another and bridging the future.
What a great speech. Just really inspiring. And that's also our message, coming together to strengthen our communities to ensure a better future. The young leaders we have featured tonight are exemplifying all of those kinds of efforts.
Yeah, yes, they are, Trina, and we honor them for their work out there. And if you want to learn more about these organizations or would like to donate, just visit the NBC6 News and Weather app and search Faces of the Future.
And thank you so much for watching Faces of the Future.
Be sure to have a good night.